What if the world told you that you were slow, stupid, and would never amount to anything? Would you believe it? Or would you quietly keep dreaming, waiting for the day your mind would light up the universe? This is the story of Albert Einstein, not the white-haired genius we picture on posters, but a boy once dismissed as less intelligent, who grew into the man that redefined reality itself. When Einstein was a child, he was different. He spoke late, struggled in school, and teachers described him as lazy and dreamy. In fact, one teacher said, "He will never amount to much." Imagine hearing that as a child. Imagine being told, "You're not smart enough." Einstein wasn't the top of his class. He didn't memorize facts easily. He didn't shine in exams. But while others repeated lessons, Albert stared at the universe, asking questions no one else dared to ask. Why does light move the way it does? What would it feel like to ride on a beam of light? Einstein's so-called weakness, his inability to focus on rote memorization, was actually his gift. His mind wandered, daydreamed, explored. As a teenager, he was fascinated by invisible forces, magnets, light, time. While the world told him to stop dreaming and pay attention, Einstein discovered that dreaming was attention, just a different kind. After school, Einstein didn't easily land a job as a scientist. He worked as a clerk in a patent office, reviewing applications. For many, that would have felt like failure. But in that quiet, ordinary job, he found space to think, and think he did. In 1905, in what historians call his miracle year, Einstein published papers that shook the scientific world about light, atoms, and motion. One of them contained the most famous equation in history, E equals mc. The boy who was called slow became the man who changed how we see time, space, and energy. Modern psychologists call Einstein's gift a form of divergent thinking, the ability to explore multiple possibilities rather than stick to rigid answers. In today's world, we often mistake conformity for intelligence. We reward children for coloring inside the lines, memorizing facts, staying quiet. But research shows that creativity, curiosity, and persistence are often stronger predictors of success than IQ. Einstein himself once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." For knowledge is limited, but imagination encircles the world. If Einstein's life were told as a parable, it would go like this. A child plants a seed in the ground. Others laugh, saying it will never grow, too small, too slow. But the child keeps watering it. For years, nothing seems to happen. Then, one day, the seed breaks the earth and grows into a tree so tall it changes the horizon forever. Einstein was that tree. Einstein's story is not just about science. It's about us. How many times have you been told you're not good enough, not smart enough, not fast enough? How many times have others judged your worth by grades, by titles, by appearances? Einstein, as life, whispers a reminder. Greatness is not measured by how quickly you fit into the system, but by how courageously you follow your curiosity. Maybe your questions don't fit the classroom. Maybe your dreams don't fit the mold. That doesn't make them wrong. That might make them revolutionary. Albert Einstein showed us that the very thing the world calls weakness can become the spark of genius. True intelligence is not in how fast you answer, but in how deeply you wonder. So here's the question for you. What curiosity have you been hiding because the world told you it was silly? What question burns in your heart, waiting for you to chase it? Maybe it's time to stop proving you're smart enough and start daring to wonder. If Einstein's story inspired you, hit like so more dreamers can find it. Share it with someone who needs to remember that slow does not mean stupid. And subscribe for more modern parable stories that remind us that sometimes the biggest minds are the ones who dare to think differently. Because sometimes one story is all it takes to shift how we see ourselves, the universe.